Hello. Just came to you today to talk about some of my opinions, views, takes, anecdotes about 9/11, September 11th, 2001, the day that changed the world forever. The the very fact that it's up there with a few other events such as the Kennedy assassination and the moon landing, as far as people can remember where they were when the event took place. And me personally, I think I was 14 years old. I'm 24 now, so yeah, I was about 14 years old. First entering my first year of high school, and I remember being very nervous. That it was right in the beginning of the year, so I remember being very nervous that I was going to get beaten up by all the kids and all this other freshman panic that ensues from all the rumors you hear about getting paddled and stuff like that, and all the seniors with their rituals for indoctrinating freshmen. So, I was naturally concerned with all that stuff at the time, and I remember going into lunch. It was about like the first week of school, and I remember going and sitting into lunch with my friends at the table, and they were talking about planes flying into buildings, and I joined the conversation halfway through, and I didn't exactly know what they were talking about, but I thought they were talking about a video game, and I just assumed that that they were talking about some kind of simulation or something. So, naturally I asked, what game are you guys talking about? And that's when they dropped the bomb on me, and I'll remember that for the rest of my life. Is They said it was real, and that planes had hit the trade centers, the World Trade Center, and the Pentagon. And this was about lunchtime, so it already had happened. The towers had collapsed. I didn't even know about it. I was in class. But I was so young at that point. I didn't really have a mind of my own, or you know, I had a mind of my own, but I didn't have a developed sense of skepticism and, well, what some people would call cynicism yet, and I hadn't really been open to, like, the truths about society and the evil that people do on people, the evil that people perpetrate on other people, and I was naive to the fact that the government would never kill 3,000 of its own citizens. And I think that was the general feeling in America after 9/11, is that you wouldn't even assume to think that there was any, when it first happened, you wouldn't assume to think that there was any suspicious uh, activities going on, that that the government might have been involved at the time, because most people would never assume or never think to imagine that the government would kill so many of his own people. But that's something that in the latter years of my life that I have come to accept, for evidence that has been brought to light by several documentaries on the internet. And a lot of people don't like to look to the internet and say it's a bad source, bad for getting reliable information. And I think it's quite the contrary. I think it's a better way for information to get out there, and it allows people more access to that information. All you need is a reference, and the information's there for you to look up in these videos. And anyone who's skeptical and cynical would definitely do this if they were watching videos like Loose Change, like videos like Terror Storm, the Obama Deception, all these Alex Jones videos that have come out on the internet, and Jason Bermas, and Aaron Russo with Freedom and Fascism also. And you wouldn't, the establishment would like to would like you to believe that it's crazy internet hoax, spooky stuff that isn't true, has no basis for fact, and that people just basically making this up. And they're all nutcases and conspiracy wackos, and they shouldn't be trusted. And they think that aliens abduct people, and all this other, stuff that is believed by mainstream society, by the status quo, to be not real or not true. So, or like a fairy tale. So, when you initially go to talk to somebody about 9/11 and the hardcore issues behind 9/11, basically the main talking points and arguments that 9/11 truthers have for the day and the event and everything that took place, the secondary explosions, the controlled nature, the appearance that of the collapses being controlled demolitions, and the implications that controlled demolitions take weeks to set up. So there would have to have been prior knowledge and involvement of companies that, or people, organizations that we don't know about. So, but immediately, as soon as people try to make these arguments, the status quo, the mainstream population or media, is quick to call you a psycho. So